This is the Sprinter Mom with Lashes On podcast.
We are on location. We're super excited. We're here for my 40th birthday in beautiful Rocky Point. And we are with two of the most important women. Well, three. Sorry, babe. Three of the most important women in my life.
Our lives.
Yes. They know me better than I probably know myself. And they know Sara. And they know when Sara and I are disagreeing. And they learn how to buffer in ways that we have. And one of the things people always ask, how do you do all the things you do? And it's honestly because of these women right here. And the reason we wanted to share today is because at Ohana, and the way we think of our life as the Senters family, is that it's very integrated. It isn't simply just like our work relationships and our family, but we believe like having integration. We have one life to live. So I would love to be able to have relationships with the people I work with. And that means we go on vacations together, which is crazy and awkward. But welcome to the show. They love this.
Well, it's only awkward because you just said it was awkward now. I mean, I thought it was fine.
Well, all right, Mandy, we have been, we've worked together. You were started off my executive assistant. Now she's transitioning to many other roles that make me very sad, but also happy. But within Ohana as our chief marketing officer. But yeah, introduce yourself to the world of YouTube and your role. And maybe one of the most embarrassing things that you've had to do as my executive assistant.
This podcast. Thank you. I just thought I was on vacation, but no, it can't just be a vacation. We're working. Thank you. Classic Senters.
Yes.
I'm Mandy. I'm Ryan's executive assistant. Yes, I've been promoted, but I am also still his executive assistant. So I have multiple signatures on my emails.
Yes, you do.
So that I can play the roles in our life. The greatest thing that happened to me is Rachel coming on board because she's amazing. So now she gets to get Ryan's sinus medication.
And do the receipts.
I've been red flagged on multiple CVS's in the Levine area thanks to Ryan's sinus meds. That's the most awkward thing I've done. Thank you. Okay, moving along. Okay. Rachel.
I'm Rachel. I am the Center's nanny. And let's see.
And executive assistant. Like, you should just say that. I feel like nanny/assistant. That's what I say.
I don't know my title. It's both. All the things. Let's see. The most embarrassing thing. That's interesting.
Rachel was previously our one of our kids' teachers, and we said, you know what, teaching isn't for you. Come on over to the Center's way. Took some schmoozing.
Not really. It was I taught their son Maddox, who's now a fourth grader, and I had him when he was a preschooler, so 4 years old. And I kind of helped the Centers and like in the summers when they would travel and things like that. And then when they went from 6 children to 11, they posted about wanting a nanny, and I asked my lovely husband if he thought that would be a good opportunity, and we were both like, absolutely, we love the Centers. So I jumped right in, and it's been the best decision that I've made. So thank you.
Even though it's complicated.
Even though it's very
Awkward and complicated?
What's
because
the
we're
word?
learning together. You're almost like the firstborn that we're learning with.
Yeah.
And one day you're going to lead our next nanny and be like, listen, this is what the Centers need. I am the executive nanny, and I will tell you what to do and how Ryan works.
They can really sell this.
Sell it.
What's the hardest thing about working?
Overstimulating at times.
Yes. What's the hardest thing about working with the Centers?
I think it is just
Ryan
making
Senters?
making sure that Ryan is difficult. So making sure that he has all the things that he needs. Sara is very low maintenance. Ryan's the high maintenance of the two, but just making sure that all the kids have what they need because they each are different and they all need different things.
So I have one child.
And taking care of the chickens. Yes. That's my favorite thing. My favorite task.
You have how many children? No,
Me?
how that you
Me.
that you
oh,
manage.
I have 0. Oh,
No,
me
that you
personally.
manage.
Oh, that I manage. 9.
9. I manage 1.
Yes.
Oh,
And it's
one
just
big
as much.
child.
1 child,
I do feel bad because sometimes
but 1 child's worth 17.
yes. There were one time we were having a party and I couldn't get home and I asked Rachel, I'm like, hey, can you go pick up some propane tanks?
I love heavy lifting.
That's my bad. And our house is just ridiculous. So it's not just 1 propane tank. It's like
there was-
7.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a better story than a
There
propane
were
tank.
4 to 5 propane tanks.
Or
No.
go pick up the hay for the chickens.
What feed do they need? I don't know. What hay do they get? Who knows that there's 7 different types
Just
of
be
hay.
the buffalo, Rachel, and
You just
figure it
have to-
out.
You have to figure it out.
Push
Which
through.
one's the cheapest? What are
Push
the differences?
through.
Oh, I pushed through. We made it. Thankfully, I had, I think, just 1 child with me, Maddox. And he said, get whatever you think. And I said, thank you. I needed that.
Do you want to know my hardest Ryan
Yes,
story?
absolutely.
Sarah probably didn't even know about it.
Probably not.
But I was
He-
in the middle of a
he's
large
seen
project.
things.
As I said, I have multiple signatures on my email. It was a big project. I was very stressed. And I get a text from Ryan asking him to go clean his house because they're having a showing. And he
We were
said,
selling her out. I
just-
was out of town.
and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, yeah, we were in a hurry and we left it in a fluster. And can you just go clean my house?
No, I did.
And
I
yes,
would
you
not
did.
have said
I
that.
still have the text. And it said, wash the windows as high as you can reach them. Because there's a lot of handprints.
I do not remember this.
Oh, I had the text. I've saved it. I'll show you
I need to
later.
go through my texts.
Mandy will never
And-
forget anything.
I was like, okay, I mean, I got to do it. Okay, fine. Drop what I'm doing. I might have said some choice words walking out of the building. And I get to their house and their house was already clean.
Well, I
I-
wanted to see how resourceful you were. Were you loyal?
I was loyal. I went, but there was a lot of bad words dropped along the way. But I did not have to reach really high and wash those tall windows.
No, okay.
Someone else did.
Yeah. You're mostly coordinating. I mean, that's a one time. In 5 years, you had to clean windows once. Wah, wah. All right.
Hey, this is payback for making me do this on vacation.
That's true.
It hasn't been 5 years.
Yeah, it just feels like
It feels like a decade. She's too much. Yeah.
I'm too much.
Yeah.
So I would say one of the things that I've noticed with Rachel and Mandy used to do it. So Mandy used to coordinate our vacations. She hooked us up with Linda, our travel agent. Hello, Linda. Hello, Linda.
Linda Petrie, travel saved my
Linda
life.
Petrie. We love her. Mandy used to help a ton. And then Rachel came along and then we're like, ooh, this is helpful too. So packing and all that stuff, gearing up for vacations. What's it like for a Senters vacation that I'm going, it's still nice, but I'm also slightly working, which Mandy kind of not, but Rachel has the babies. How is it preparing for a Senters vacation?
I think that definitely figuring out a packing list for all the children is helpful because I think that certain children that are over the age of 10, I think can pack themselves. So I focus more on the babies, which, it's all the things, the pack and play, the diapers, the sound machines, the making sure that they have toys. We recently went to Hawaii, which was a 7-hour flight with a 2 and 4-year-old, which was absolutely fabulous. And
I flew on a different flight.
Ryan said, oh, make sure that you go to the dollar store and get them all of the little trinkets and toys to keep them occupied. I'll be flying before you on first class without any children and enjoy yourself. And I said, oh, thank you for the advice. So I did that. And Jonah, the youngest, who's 2, he lasts about 30 minutes and then all done playing, all done, wants to leave. And unfortunately, buddy, we have 6.5 more hours to go. So that was great. 3 hours max for the little one.
Yeah, that was a thank you.
That was
Thank
a
you for
swing
that.
and a miss.
That was, yeah. He's been obsessed with planes, so every time he sees one in the sky, airplane, he loves it. So we were like, oh, maybe he'll think it's really cool. Well, he did for 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, and then he's out. He's ready to get off. So now we know.
Yeah.
And then Mandy is just so thankful that you're with us because she's like, no, thank you.
No, I just stay prepared for when Ryan wants to fly home early at last minute's
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
yes.
That's a thing. That's a
Classic
thing.
Ryan.
What's a classic Ryan?
Where
travel
you're
a
on a
decent amount.
vacation and it is the day you're leaving and you say, I just want to be home 30 minutes earlier. You legit, we rerouted a whole flight and a whole plan and you got home 30 minutes earlier and you said it was worth it.
Change
is it
11 people's flights for 30 minutes.
Because
you
I wanted-
go home for football games or basketball games.
No, because
or-
he's a good dad, so that's why I do it. But
I wanted to send the boys to a soccer. It was something with a soccer game.
that was the 30-minute one, but you've done this like 10 times, I'm pretty sure. That was just the excused one.
Yeah, that made sense. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to take a second and thank Hanai Coffee and Cocktails for sponsoring my podcast. This is such a cute place over on the corner of 35th Avenue and Southern. It is very Hawaiian themed because Hanai in Hawaiian actually means adoption. And part of the proceeds that we receive at Hanai go towards Ohana's adoption program, finding kids and teens their forever family. It's a great coffee for a cause, a place that you would want to be for live music, community, friendly customer service, and it's super kid friendly. So Hanai, 35th Avenue and Southern, we hope you can visit someday.
At Ohana, we love to travel together. So we do talent shows. In Mexico with just our extended family, we do talent shows when we take all of our Ohana kids to California. And now this last year, Mandy and her whole family came and busted out the most beautiful, amazing talent show. Slightly inappropriate as she brought the bottle of tequila with her with children inside. I didn't know what was going on there.
But they did like a whole luau theme.
Yes, you came with the luau.
It was no luau.
Well,
We're not Ohana.
It was a strumming guitar, and then you had a keg.
The
You
cake
poured
came
tequila
after.
shots for everyone.
Yes, it was not a luau theme. It was more of like a senorita thing because we were in Mexico. It was a very stressful week for the Lawson family because we had to perform in front of people we don't know.
And you guys hate being in front of people.
Yeah, Corey doesn't bother him. Marley is a little bit of each of us, and I hate it.
But would you say that Ryan has stretched your family in a way that you would never have gone? Like you would never do talent shows. You would
absolutely
never
not.
do some of that stuff. Like how has he stretched you in a good way?
He's definitely pulled me out of my comfort zone and forced me to grow in things that I never would have in the past. I would just say, nope, not for me. Sorry.
I still haven't done the talent show, but don't tell anybody. It's fine. My husband and I will wait a few years before we can perform in front of people.
But you've attended a few times though.
Oh,
but
we've
you still haven't
attended.
done a talent.
We've attended multiple times. We can't think of a talent.
You're like on the side. Like you're like, I'll help the
Oh, yeah.
babies. They
Sidelines.
can come off the side.
Yep, I will help. Oh, we did help with that. We helped the
They're
babies.
gonna force you off
good
the
helpers.
sidelines.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're
They were
definitely
dogs for Who Let the Dogs Out. We put them out there. They looked very cute. And yep,
so cute.
that's about my doing with talent shows.
We love to say
Well, I passed tequila shots, and clearly it was a
sounds a
no-no.
lot
So
more fun.
sorry.
it was frowned upon.
It's frowned upon. That's the hardest part about working with the centers. Some things go, some things don't go.
You never know.
You never know. It's a moving
But
target.
no one else complained, so we're good.
Yep.
Mandy, I loved it. I
Thank
thought it
you.
was
I
great.
loved it too.
I got
No,
rave reviews
excellent.
from everyone but Ryan. So
I would never criticize. I'm always supportive.
No, he's a criticizer. It's okay.
yes, we know. He doesn't criticize. He gives constructive criticism
Oh, only.
and feedback.
Constructive feedback.
Yep.
So, do you feel like? What do you think if other people were in your situation? What advice would you give them in
Run.
your role as an executive
With the
assistant,
centers?
or no, not even just the center, but like working with other people, like that? You have a very atypical job, right? Your job description is maybe lacks a little specificity and clarity. Maybe could use a little more enhancement there. But what advice would you give other people? And
I would just say roll with the punches. Like you have to be flexible and be willing to jump and jump when it's needed and give all hands on deck basically whenever, and kind of just, I don't know, just do whatever is needed. So being flexible, I guess, would be
And that's
the
an area
answer
of growth
to
that
that.
you're kind of working through.
Yeah, I think, well, from my past being a teacher, I've always had to be flexible. That's kind of like flexibility goes with teaching hand in hand, but flexibility with like Sarah and I are always figuring out, like, are we going to have one pickup at school today, 2 pickups? What makes the most sense? What's logical?
Who's
like
doing dinner?
Yeah.
What is for dinner? What's easy? What's fast? What?
Yep.
Some kids eat at 4. Some kids eat at 8.
Does Ryan want everybody to eat together tonight?
Yep. What,
That's
what
the
kind
main
of
question.
day is it?
I'm like, I'm gonna sweat. Is tonight a night that we all need to eat together? Because some come home at 4 and some don't come home till 6 or 8, and it's like, just, I don't know, making sure that everyone is good, including Ryan. Sarah's more go with the flow. She's always happy no matter what. But I'm like, I'm walking on eggshells. Is Ryan going to be okay that we're eating at different times?
Like a tyrant.
I don't know.
No, but I would say
I
that.
think that's okay.
No, I think
Yeah, it's okay.
I think you have visions for your family.
I do.
And I think the easy way out would not to care, but you care, and that's important. So I'm with Rachel though. Like, you have to go with the flow by doing a podcast while you're trying to just sit on the beach and drink your White Claw.
We just want to relax. It's nap
And-
time for the babies.
You know, I think that the key is very quickly you have to become family.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's different. So quickly I've learned Ryan's quirks. I can read his moods probably better, or as better. I was going to say better than most people, but not Sarah.
No.
But yes, okay, better
Mandy
than
can
Sarah.
read his moves better than me. And she gives gifts better than me as well.
I mean,
It's fine.
nobody
Just
can
own
go
it.
wrong with merch. It's fine.
Yeah, I know.
But you become family as part of your employee situation, and you go there. I was just telling somebody, I was talking about Ryan in the office, and they're like, he's like, you guys have like a brother-sister relationship. And I'm like, yeah, we've become annoying siblings to each other, I'm sure. I said, but sometimes I miss mom also. We pull the mom card a lot of times.
Yeah.
But just quickly, like, knowing you're doing something as a family and not as friends or as employees. Like, the employee factor gets removed pretty quickly with the centers. So,
Yeah.
and that's a great thing. Yeah.
I agree as well. Like, my husband and I, our families are not here. They're in Ohio, and we're not super close with them in general anyways. So Ryan and Sarah, we really look to them as like our mom and dad in Arizona, and have really taken us under their wing and have really helped us through certain situations too. So I agree with Mandy. Like, it's definitely like a job and a career, but it's also like a lifestyle, and just like
the
Ryan
centers
said,
are a
immersing
lifestyle. I feel
yourself.
that now that it's going to be like this. Oh, David knows
But I think
it's going to be on a
hard
shirt.
part
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
I think you have to flex like the center's life is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you also have to have boundaries, and you also have to have like situations where like sometimes Ryan will text and be like, hey, blah, 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 and send a text. And I'm like, babe, they're sleeping, or their phone is on like do not disturb. Like, there are certain things where I'm like, no, we're done for the night. We'll move on tomorrow. And as we've slowed down,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, we've slowed down. We'll tell you what we need for a few days later. And I think that's okay. It used to be a little more chaotic.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that Ryan, as he's matured to his 40 years,
I have.
is not the same person that I
Yes.
started working for
Yeah.
4 years ago. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Yes.
Oh,
Happy
thank you.
40th.
You guys,
You've aged gracefully.
You are the 3 women who have helped me age so majestically.
Mhm. Don't you ever
There's
forget it.
there's no grays, so
No, there's grays in this beard, but they're covered up.
Just for men.
Yeah, just for men, and it's dark brown. It does wonders. Yeah, but you guys make our lives better. Yes,
And I
babe.
would say that our life wouldn't be as smooth as it was without Mandy and Rachel.
That's right.
And I feel like most of your work and like the details of our family come because Mandy and Rachel are doing the details. There are some details that, yes, we could do, but it's like an enormous amount because there's so many kids and so many things. But we would not have this life without two people like working full time at helping.
Well, and I think the
life.
best part is you guys know that. Like, you're not going to just say like, oh, this is all us. We're fine. Like, you appreciate and you know, and you make it clear, and that makes the job easier and more.
Ryan knows he's not great at the details.
I forgot my diabetes meds for the
Every
fifth
time.
Every single time.
25th time.
Every time.
I've driven his
Every
diabetes
time.
meds
Shout
to
out
more
to Priscilla
friends.
and Kevin for bringing them for Ryan.
I don't know. I'm thinking about something else, not my health.
It's the only thing he needs to bring. The
I
one
have
thing.
his
I didn't
endocrinologist
even
on
bring
speed dial.
milk
Don't worry.
for the
Yeah.
children, and we had 3 humongous bags of cereal, and I was like, I'm just trying to make sure.
But
his
what's the thing
birthday
that's going to
works
keep
out.
Ryan alive? Nope, we forgot it. Every time.
Yeah, they're
every
secret-
time.
Every time.
Every
Yeah,
time.
we
they
forget the
love me,
insulin.
but they're secretly trying to kill me at the same time. Yeah.
And no, they're trying to kill me because I have to go running and scrambling for it every time. That was the other. You get the
Well,
insulin.
David and I went in Mexico the other night, so you were saved because we did our
You went to the pharmacia?
Pharmacia.
multiple pharmacias because most were closed, and then the guy jumps on your window. Clean, 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 and you're like not expecting it at 9 at night. And then
it's terrifying.
It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well,
And she came home frantic.
we would say next time he'll remember it just from that traumatizing experience for you, but he won't.
He won't.
So,
No, because I'm thinking about the next
No.
thing. Building out our
No.
campus. I got many dreams.
center.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
.com.
Ohana dreams.
Ooh.
Yes, and thank you, ladies. You guys have taught me more about myself. You guys helped me to be more focused and centered and planning through things and asking good questions and give insight of, you're helping me mature and you make our lives better. Not because of the help that you do, but also because of the people you are and your stabilizing force, your care, your love, your thoughtfulness, and you give intentionality to where sometimes we
miss
are
it.
just miss the mark. So thank you. Now I promise that you can have your nap time and relax.
I'm
We love
going
you
back to
guys.
the beach to finish this White Claw. Thank
Yes.
you.
All right.
you.
Until next
Cheers.
week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us today for the Sprinter Mom with Lashes On podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. We'll see you next week.